AJ the CPA, hope you're doing well. So a deal's been struck. There's going to be stimulus. And so whether you're watching this video when the stimulus hasn't been put into a bill officially, or it's waiting to be signed into law, or it has been signed into law, this video is something I want you to take to heart, which is this: the various aspects, especially for the businesses, are going to have some ways for the government to ensure that the money was spent the way that it was supposed to. And I know right now, when we're looking at any of this, we can say, well, I don't know if they're really going to do that, or that sounds like that might be a little too much. But here's what's interesting. What'll be clear is that what you receive in those dollars, whether it's the PPP or the unemployment, or they're even talking, it sounds as though there'll be EIDL in this and potentially the EIDL grants. There's going to be specific follow-up with specific receipts to supply, and the receipts would be public information. So in essence, what I just want you to be aware of is when you get any of these, be fully aware of what the actual requirement is to get the forgiveness on the PPP, and or not be in a set of circumstances where you spent money incorrectly on the EIDL and you end up getting into a snafu, in essence, kind of some trouble. And then same thing with the unemployment, the stimulus checks they're going to send out as they have the information from your tax returns. So all I'm saying is get the aid, but be aware of what the consequence is of getting the aid. Consequence as in there's going to be a price to pay for it in terms of you being in a position where you really are going to have to prove you spent it the way that you did, and or that you spent it properly according to the requirements. Now you may think, okay, well, we already had that with PPP. True, hear the difference. The information that you would be providing would be public record. Now, obviously, if you're providing something that has a social security number on it or a tax ID number, that wouldn't be, in essence, the public information. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this would be a reason not to get the aid. I'm saying go into it eyes wide open, okay? Eyes wide open, and ensuring that you know what it is that is the requirement. I just know that there were many, because of the panic, just went and got it, and then was like, oh, wow, it's supposed to be for that, or it's supposed to be for that, or I didn't know I was supposed to spend this. You know, they got the EIDL, and then they're figuring out how they have to spend it. So not just what we saw in the first round, which is, well, here's how you have to spend it, but it would be, here's the documents, which for PPP was included, but then one step further of you have to provide it in a shorter period of time. And whatever you're providing, you would be waiving public privacy, or you would be waiving your privacy to that information. So that's the reason for the warning on the stimulus. All right. Hey, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. I always forget to ask at the beginning. Turn your notifications on. A lot of videos to come related to this. And then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me. All right. Have a great one.